Well, I can already tell what these comments are going to start looking like. What is up, AFC East? So yes, normally I start my videos, what's up Fin fans? Obviously this is a Miami Dolphin YouTube channel. But I'm starting and I'm doing something new this year. So being that free agency is over, being that the draft is over, we're heading into OTAs. Starting next week, actually, for the Dolphins on the 16th, they start their OTAs and all that stuff. I thought, let's look at the entire AFC East and let's rank each position. So we're going to do quarterback, running back, wide receiver, tight end, offensive line, defensive line, linebackers, corners, safeties, and special teams. Debating whether I want to do punchers and kickers and kick returners individually. You can let me know below. But that's one of the many series I got going on the channel. So yes, I am a Miami Dolphins YouTuber, and I cover the Miami Dolphins, and I am a very, 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 very big fan of the Miami Dolphins for the past 27 years. But I'm going to take this as unbiasedly as I can and give you a perspective and an unbiased look breaking down the rankings of each of the positions in the AFC East. So if you enjoy this, be sure to hit the like button. If you are a Jets, Patriots, or Bills fan and you realize, hey, he actually was kind of unbiased, I appreciate the way he went about that. You can hit that subscribe button. I'd greatly appreciate it. I welcome all fans to the channel. So yes, we are starting this off with quarterback, and I thought, why not? Why not? Start it off. Obviously, you start everything off with the quarterback. Why not start it off with the quarterback? And I thought to myself, looking at my list of 1 to 4, I thought to myself, should I start 4 to 1 or should I just go 1 to 4? Because in my honest opinion, 1 and 4 are very obvious. That's to me. It might not be to some of you guys, but 1 to 4 is very obvious to me. It's 2 and 3 that is where it starts to get intriguing, right? So I've come to the conclusion I'm just going to go 1 to 4. So we're going to start at the number 1 quarterback in the division, and we're going to end with the number 4 quarterback in the division. When I'm looking at the rankings, I'm not looking at potential. I'm not going to say, well, he can be this and he can be that. I'm looking at where they're at right now. Just wanted to make that abundantly clear when I start talking about everything. So without me rambling anymore, it's now been almost 2.5 minutes of me rambling, telling you guys what the plan is with this whole series. Let's jump into this. The number 1 ranked quarterback in the AFC East, and this shouldn't be a surprise to anyone who's unbiased, to anyone who honestly can sit back and look at football objectively. It is Josh Allen. Right now, Josh Allen is the best quarterback in the AFC East. Last year, he threw for 4,407 yards, ranked 8th in the NFL. He threw for 36 touchdowns, ranked 7th in the NFL. 15 interceptions, that is 5th most in the NFL. Needs to work on that a little bit. He had a 63.6 completion percentage, not bad. So there's that. So rushed for 763 yards, 6 touchdowns, a rating of 92.2. He is the best quarterback in the AFC East right now. So that is the obvious, right? If you're unbiased, if you look at things objectively, especially when it comes to the NFL, you can sit there and look at the AFC East and say, yes, Josh Allen is the best quarterback in the AFC East right now. This is where it gets interesting, right? 2 and 3 to me, and I'll talk about 4 because I know I'm going to have some fans in their feelings about who 4 is. But 2 and 3. Here are 2 and 3, and I will tell you who goes in 2 and 3. For me, 2 and 3 was a really big toss-up with Mac Jones and Tua Tagovailoa. I honestly think that these guys are kind of the same quarterback. I think that Tua Tagovailoa has a little bit more mobility to him. And again, if you say he doesn't run, I'll just pop up a few videos of him running. just for the people who say he has no mobility. There they are. So he has a little bit of mobility, but other than that, I kind of see them as the same quarterback. But what gets me with ranking who second and who third is kind of the situations they were in, right? Mac Jones was on a team with a very good offense, with very good, run game and a very good offensive line in front of him, whereas Tua Tagovailoa was behind the worst offensive line in the NFL and no run game whatsoever. So, like, you look at stats, right? Mac Jones, he played all 17 games, 3,801 yards, ranked 13th in the NFL, 22 touchdowns, ranked 15th in the NFL, 13 interceptions, 11th most, good on you, 67.6 completion percentage, and 92.5 passer rating. And you look at Tua Tagovailoa, he played 4 less games, and he actually started 12 games. Came in with the Ravens game. He threw for 2,653 yards, which was ranked 27th, threw 16 touchdowns, ranked 23rd, and threw 10 interceptions, 18th worst in the NFL. Had a 67.8 completion percentage and a 90.1 passer rating. So his passer rating was only 2.5 to 2 points lower than Josh Allen and Mac Jones. So again, it was very hard for me to decipher because there's other elements that go into it too, right? And then I started diving deeper. I'm like, all right, let's look at other aspects of the game, right? On target percentage, right? How accurate were these two quarterbacks when you're looking at Mac Jones and you're looking at Tua Tagovailoa? Well, Tua Tagovailoa had an 80.1 on target percentage, which is ranked 5th in the NFL. And Mac Jones had a 76 even on target percentage, which was ranked 19th in the NFL. So there's a huge discrepancy there. When it came to bad pass percentage, Tua Tagovailoa was 16.3 bad pass percentage, ranked 24th. And you had Mac Jones, who was 17.7%, which was ranked 15th. And then the last thing I wanted to look at, because I already talked about one of them had better surroundings, is drop percentage. How many of their passes were dropped? And if you look, Mac Jones was ranked 32nd with 3.1% of his passes dropped. Whereas you look at Tua Tagovailoa, 4.5 was ranked 20th. So there is different discrepancies and there is different things when you look at the whole of Mac Jones versus Tua Tagovailoa, right? But to take a step back and look at the season they had, regardless, because, you look at the bad games, right? Mac Jones had 5 bad games if you really go back and look at them. The Buffalo Bills game, they just told him not to throw the ball in those conditions. You also have about 5 bad games for Tua Tagovailoa. Again, you go back. And what I did is I went back and kind of watched the game. I also look at their passer rating to decipher how many bad games, because you'd be surprised. A lot of people are like, well, Tua had horrible games. Well, if it's above kind of 70 to 80 passer rating, which I did same thing for Mac Jones, they kind of had the same amount of bad games, and Tua played less games, so he couldn't possibly had more. Looking at all that and all the rambling and all the stats and all this deciphering, I'm going to give the nod to Mac Jones as of right now, right? Obviously, he made the playoffs. I wouldn't necessarily say it was because of him they made the playoffs, but I also wouldn't say it was in spite of him that they made the playoffs. He did have some nice games. That Colts game, he started to come back when he was doing horrible in the first half. So I will give the nod to Mac Jones. Again, this is going by right now. So the number 2 is Mac Jones, and the number 3 is Tua Tagovailoa. Again, a lot of my deciphering and my opinion of giving Mac Jones the nod to 2 is honestly to the fact that Tua played 12 games, started 12, played 13 games, and Mac Jones played the entire year. Could that be because of horrible offensive line play by the Miami Dolphins? Yes, probably. Breaking your ribs because you have a horrible right tackle. There could be other elements. Again, Tua Tagovailoa, better completion percentage, sorry, brain fart, better on-target percentage, better bad pass percentage, and Tua had more drops by his wide receivers than Mac Jones. All of that stuff goes in the favor of Mac Jones. But again, I give the nod. It's a very slight nod. If I could, it would be 2A, 2B for ranking this, because I think Mac Jones and Tua are that close. But I will give the nod to Mac Jones being the second ranked in the AFC East and Tua Tagovailoa being the third ranked as of right now. And then obviously you have your fourth ranked in the AFC East right now, and that is Zach Wilson. I hear a lot of debates saying Zach Wilson going into his second year, he has a lot of potential, he has a lot of this, a lot of that, and I wouldn't doubt it. You know, the Jets did fantastic in the draft, did fantastic in free agency of putting the right pieces around him to help Zach Wilson get to that next level. But if you look at him as of right now, he played 13 games last year, same as Tua Tagovailoa. He had 2,334 yards, ranked 30th in the NFL. He only threw 9 touchdowns, ranked 31st in the NFL. And he threw 11 interceptions, ranked 17th most in the NFL. He had a completion percentage of 55.6 and a passer rating of 69.7. Nowhere near Josh Allen with a passer rating of 92.2. Mac Jones with a passer rating of 92.5. Tua Tagovailoa with a passer rating of 90.1. He only rushed for 185 yards, 4 touchdowns. Just to give you comparison, Tua 128 yards, 3 touchdowns. Mac Jones 129 yards, no touchdowns. So there is my ranking of the quarterbacks, right? Number 1 is Josh Allen. A very close 2 and 3 is Mac Jones 2, Tua 3, and 4 is Zach Wilson. Again, I'm not going off of potential in these rankings. I'm going off of what they have done in the NFL so far. But be sure to comment below. I know there's probably a ton of Jet fans who are like, you got Zach Wilson 4th? He had a horrible rookie year. It was not a good rookie year. And I know some of you guys want to say, well, towards the end of the year, he started doing well. Yeah, I guess you could say, but because he did really bad in the beginning of the year. Patriots, Bills fans, let me know what you think. Obviously, you're probably happy with the ranking of 1 and 2. And Dolphin fans, I know some of you guys are probably going to get very upset with me having Tua ranked 3rd. Again, it was very close with him and Mac. I gave a slight nod because availability is a very big factor into assessment of these players. So comment below, like I said, let me know what you guys think of all of this, and I'm going to get to one of your guys' comments of the day. Again, if you ever want to be part of comment of the day, just leave a comment below and say comment of the day in front of it, and if it's a good comment, I'm going to pick it. This one comes from God's Child, and he says, Doug, comment of the day. In this offseason, who's going to benefit the most in our defense with enough reps practicing against our fast and shifty offense? Thanks. Very, very good comment, God's Child. Again, the thing I like the most, and you noticed it last year when it came to training camp, is you knew from jump we were going to have a problem running the ball, and our offensive line was going to have a problem, because not only was it the Dolphins defense, but it was the collaborations we did. I think we did training camp with the Bears and the Falcons, and their defensive lines were just demolishing the Dolphins offensive line. And we knew from there, this is going to be a problem. So I think when you're asking your question, we have this fast, shifty offense, who's going to benefit the most on the defense? I would say the linebackers will, because they have to get sideline to sideline. I think the defensive line will, because again, they have to get this zone run is a lot of sideline to sideline, moving you guys, keeping you off your feet so the blocks can get through, knock you on your butt. So I honestly think the whole defense is going to really benefit from playing this shifty offense. But I think the ones that'll benefit the most are probably the guys up front, because with the style of run and what they're doing there, I think that's really going to benefit them getting up to speed and being able to get around and move and get sideline to sideline quickly, because we're going to be facing some other teams that not only have quick teams, but they have quick quarterbacks. So, God's Child, very good question. And again, if you guys want to be part of comment of the day, do like God's Child did. Write comment of the day in front of your comment, and I will pick it. But other than that, guys, I hope you enjoy this series. Let me know, comment below. I expect some comments to be angry. And I expect some comments to be like, oh, I'm surprised you were as unbiased as you were. I'm going to try my best to be as unbiased as I can going into this new series. But comment below, hit that like button, and I will see you in the next video. I think I'm going to start breaking down I know one series I want to do. I'm going to be breaking down film. So that's going to be fun. But other than that, guys, I'll see you in the next video. Like usual, stay classy. Fins out.